get started.
Let's do the show.
Isaac, you got to come up here.
What? Yeah.
We introduce everybody.
It's party time.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We have a big crew with us here tonight, and that's because we're painting a little postcard for a girl in California named Addison. So when they're done, we're going to write a little note. We're going to mail it off to her. Hopefully, you guys have your postcards. It was included in your subscription if you have that. And we're just trying to bring her a little bit of happiness. So we're doing this little giraffe. So let's introduce everybody. We have Ella over here. Wait, are we at the main one? Okay. This is Ella. This is my daughter. She's 6.
She's excited because she's famous on TV.
She was talking all about how she's excited to be on TV, huh?
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, and this is Ashlyn. She's also painting with us. She's our family friend.
Hi.
She's very sweet. So we're excited to have her. Al,
You've seen me before.
You've seen him before. He wasn't here last week because he had a little baby boy.
Hey!
So cute. His name's Porter. I got to meet him tonight.
Hey, baby boy!
So he's 11 live. This is Jenny. Obviously, you guys
Who's the
know.
grandma of Porter?
Grandma
Yes.
Porter. And Ashlyn. And Isaac's helping with camera work today. Thank you, Isaac.
Yeah.
And Aislinn is also painting with us today, so I'm excited to have her. Thank you. Let's get started. So we're going to do our mini giraffe for this project, but these girls, I gave them kind of just a palette with a lot of different colors on it, and I'm just going to let them paint whatever they want. I think this is a great project to do with your kids if you have kids, or just a great way to get your family involved. And they're excited, and maybe
never do this again.
we're gonna see how this goes. I thought this would be great. I think they're gonna do great. They're just excited. So, okay. So you girls are welcome to start painting. Here you go. There you go. Go for it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, our oath. Wait. Oh, you're so right. We got to do an oath first. Okay.
Oath, yep.
Yeah, have you ever taken an oath?
Do you know what an oath is?
No.
It's like a very serious promise.
And
Okay.
you hold your hand up like this before you do it.
So everybody hold up your right hand
Okay.
and say, I promise to have fun tonight.
I promise to have fun
tonight.
I promise to be kind to myself.
I promise to be kind to myself.
And I promise not to compare my painting.
And
I promise not to compare my painting.
Yay! Good job. Okay. So if you have our subscriptions, a postcard should be pre-stamped and pre-addressed in your box.
Which is such a cool thing to do.
Please send it. Even if you don't have the postcard, you're tuning in, please do this on your own. Like,
Maybe you should explain the postcard thing and the whole thing, because maybe not everybody
Sure.
knows about that.
I will explain it. So every month, what we're going to do is hey girls. Every month what we're going to do is we are going to choose somebody who we think needs a little bit of extra love or support or thought. And we did a blog post about her earlier. Her name's Addison. She's a 10-year-old girl in California. She has leukemia. And she's just this really brave, amazing girl and her and her family are going through the hardest time right now. And we just want to try and make anything just a little bit better if we can. So every month we're going to be doing this. We're going to be getting together. We're going to be painting a project.
And you're going to choose somebody different.
And it's going to
Yes.
be somebody different every single month. So next month we have somebody already picked out, planned for. We talked about it a little bit before in a live video, but you'll get to know that family that we're doing. And we also have a sheet on our website where if you have someone that you wanted to nominate that you think might just need a little extra love or thought, you can go ahead and nominate them and give us some
I had a
ideas.
few of those. They're so powerful.
We've had some sent in already, and they're really wonderful and powerful, and I'm grateful for you guys for sending those ideas in, because we want this to reach more than our grasps. We want it to go.
Well, and it makes it more than painting, you know, and I love how you say art matters.
Yeah.
You know, and how cool is that going to be when she gets her mailbox flooded with
That's what I hope.
wonderful cards
Yeah.
all over.
I just hope everybody does this and she just starts getting these postcards from people that don't know her, but we're telling her we're rooting for you and we love you.
I think honestly, even if they don't feel like maybe they don't feel like they're good enough to paint something, which is crazy because it's crazy easy when you do it, but still to write her a little note and send it. Oh, I love that thought. Just love it.
And I'm going to start doing this with my girls, which is why we have Ella on tonight. We're going to include them, and I think that's just a great family activity that you can do too. So, and kids, they're really great because they aren't afraid to paint. They just go for it. And so that's why I'm like, I'm just going to set you up and you guys are going to have fun. Okay. So there's a little background. If you have your outline, you can go ahead and start outlining that. How this works, so it should have just been a little card inside your box. If you didn't have the subscription, it's on our website. This little 4x6 outline is on our website. You can download and print for yourself in case you didn't get it. But you're going to take your graphite paper and you're going to want to do the dark side face down. And I usually like to tape my outline first, because then that way it doesn't move while I'm going, and that way I don't lose my spot. Yeah, you girls go ahead and start painting. You go for it. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Okay, so, and then you're just gonna follow the outline that I have here for you. Now the outline usually does the outline of the shapes that we're gonna do, and then I also use it to mark where like our shading is or where our highlights are, all of that stuff. Man, I can tell that I was talking fast because I'm like out of breath. What do you girls think you're gonna paint for her?
A unicorn.
A unicorn? She loves unicorns.
I'm gonna paint a rainbow.
A rainbow.
Corner to the other corner.
I think that's lovely. And your outline doesn't have to be perfect. Now, if you're going and you lift up and you notice that your line is really dark, then you're just going to want to use lighter pressure when you're starting to do your outline.
Did you already talk about why you use painter's tape?
Why I tape it down?
Yeah.
I feel like I did, but I'll say it again. Because that way you can like check as you go, and then you can like move stuff around and you don't lose your spot. Because once this is down, you can't see where it lines up underneath. So I always tape my outline down first, and that way I don't get lost while I'm going.
These giraffes are so cute. Last week you did the bigger ones, and oh my gosh, they were adorable. If you guys haven't seen them, go check out the Let's Go Make Art on Instagram, because it's the big giraffes. Oh my gosh, they're so
And
cute.
do you know what's so cute is people have been naming theirs.
Oh,
when they
how
post
fun.
it, they've been sharing their names.
Oh,
It's
that's a great idea.
so funny.
I was so sad I missed it because I had to go to a James Taylor concert, and so I wasn't able to paint. you
Yeah,
know.
I had to go to a
I
James
know.
Taylor.
So I'm so glad that I get to do the little one, because then I'll have the courage to go home and do the big one, which
Perfect.
I'm actually really
What's
excited
different
about.
about painting this miniature versus?
So the difference between painting large and small, you're gonna have to wait just a second, my dear. Large and small. So people ask what's easier, and for me, painting larger is easier.
Hold on.
Shading and color and all of this stuff. When you paint smaller, it's slightly more difficult because you just have to be, you just have smaller room to work with, so you have to be a little bit more careful with your brush, and you have to be a little bit more intentional with your brush strokes. Mm-hmm. So if you have a 2, because I think for the larger one I used a 6 and a 2, but you could probably get away with using a 2 for this whole thing. But you'll just see as you go, some people are more comfortable using larger brushes than smaller ones. So whatever will be easier for you. And for this one, I think we're just going to get straight into it. So we have our paints here. The colors that we used are the same ones from last week. If you washed your palette, or if you're out of colors, use any colors. Do a pink giraffe, do a blue giraffe, or just do something totally different. Just paint. But we are using black and golden brown and antelope brown. Those are our 3 colors today. And the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take our brush and we're going to do a light wash over the entire thing except for the eyeballs. So I'm going to get a little bit of color here. Now this color is a mixture of like black and antelope right there. So it's like a warmer tone. And then you're just going to do a light wash through the whole thing. Now a wash is when you're laying down paint and water simultaneously. So you can have a light wash or a dark wash or a medium wash.
And the whole thing even as neck?
Yes. So the only places that you're going to avoid painting are like the nostrils and the eyeballs, because those are going to be black. So even if you do paint those, it's not a huge deal because we're just going to cover them with black. But everywhere else you're going to cover. Now if you're laying down your wash and it's not as light as you would like it to be, all you need to do is add water. That's going to make your wash lighter. And this is just a good base, because especially with animals, a lot of it is just about layering, just doing layers and layers on top of each other. Did you have a question, Ella?
Yeah. Where's the orange on this palette?
So, I don't know if there's orange. I think you just have blues and greens and reds and pinks.
But red and pink and yellow kind of make some orange.
If there's a yellow, you can mix it with like the red and get an orangey color.
Do you love orange? Is that your favorite?
And red.
Is that when you're...
For the rainbow. Red,
Oh, I love your
orange.
pink unicorn, Ashlyn.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Good. Red is so good. Orange.
Are you trying to get it uniform?
It doesn't have to be totally even. Just try and make it as even as you can. But if it's not, like you could even see here that the left side is a little bit darker than the right. That's not a big deal. But try and make it as even as you can. And to make it even, you're just going to take a damp brush and go back and forth across here. Kind of move that pigment around with the water. And like I said, this is just going to be our base layer that we're going to add our shading on and all of our shadowing, and then that's what's going to make our form on the giraffe. That's what's going to come out of it. Looks good. How's it going over there, Aislinn?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just kind of slow.
No, that's fine. And then if you're going and you notice that it's kind of rough when you put the brush stroke down, like it's like you see the rough texture, just grab a little bit more water and that will smooth that stroke out. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start by putting in shadows, and we're just going to kind of work our way down the giraffe and putting the shadows in the different areas. So I'm actually going to switch to my 2, and I'm going to start with the horns, and I'm just going to get a darker color. So usually that just means more color on my brush. Now with my wash, I had a lot of water on it because I wanted it light. Now we want it a little bit darker, so we're going to pick up more paint with our brush. And I'm going to start at the very inside of the giraffe here, inside of the horns. And then I rinse my brush and I'm just going to blend out that color. And you can see I did a little outline on it, how far out this shadow is going to go. Now, if you go farther than the outline, that's fine. Remember, the outline is more of just a general idea. It's a guide. You don't have to follow it exactly, and don't stress out if it's going off a little bit different from that area. looks good. Okay, and then the next shadowed area we're going to do as we make our way down is I'm going to do the edge of the ears. So I'm going to kind of just outline the ear. More the top part. And then I'm going to rinse my brush. And if it's too wet, when you rinse it and you go to like blend out, you don't want it dripping. If it's dripping, that's too much water. You want to kind of rinse it and then you pat it on your paper towel to where it's just damp. And then you just use your damp brush to kind of blend that out so it's not a super strong line.
Use your damp brush.
Damp. Use that damp brush.
Easy, girl, easy. This is a family show.
It's family here. There are kids present.
There are children present.
So cool.
Oh, the paint swirling in the water. It's pretty cool. Okay. Yep. And if you're getting paint on your paper, don't worry about it. I think actually at the end I might do a little background on mine. So, you know.
There you go. You never know.
You can do a leaf there. You can make it work. It's not a big deal. Okay, and then we're gonna go along the side of the nose. So if you look at giraffes, they actually have like a really strong bony nose that's like hard and sticks out. So if you look at it sideways, it kind of goes out really far and it has that strong bone. Because we were looking at the giraffe straight on, that nose is foreshortened, but we still want to make sure that it's there, right? There's still a bone there. So we're gonna do the shading kind of around it. We're just gonna go around that outline that I have of the nose. And then we blend that out. And what essentially, when you do things like that, it's the same thing on a human nose, right? So like the bridge of my nose is sticking out towards you more. And so the sides of it are shadowed because they're farther away from the light. Mm-hmm. So that's why you do shadows on the sides of nose and not always on the top, because this part is closer to the viewer. And that's how we say that this is sticking out, is we give it a lighter value than the side. That's how we create form. I like form. Yep. Looks good. How are you doing over there, Anthony?
Good.
Good?
Just blending my eyes.
I'm going to go over to take a look. We could actually check in really quick. We'll let them get over here. We good?
Yep.
Okay, so here's Ainsley. She's got a nice wash on hers.
Aislinn.
I'm so
It's
sorry.
okay.
Okay, so when you blend out, what we want to do is we want to make sure that this part is going to be the darkest part, and then as it goes out, it's going to get lighter. So to do that, I'm just going to take my damp brush and kind of like soften here on both sides. And then I'm going to go in with the darker color. And you can just put a darker color back in. Sometimes when you blend like out, it all becomes one value.
Yeah.
That's fine, you just have to go back in and put that darker color in. So this is looking good. I would do the maybe same thing around the nose, put a little bit darker color in and blend that out a little bit because we want it to have a dark, a medium, and a light.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Mine is very much lighter.
Yes, and that's fine. People have lighter giraffes and darker. I think last week Chad's was really dark, but it came out really good too. So this is looking really good. She has a nice dark to light over here. Same on her ears. And so far I think it's looking really nice. Maybe a little bit later we'll do a couple other layers around the nose.
Okay.
But I think for right now it's looking good.
All right.
Let's see what the girls are up to. Okay, Ashlyn, what do you have here?
Unicorn.
A unicorn. I love it. And it's like a rainbow mane. That's so great. Are you going to do a rainbow tail? I can't wait to see it. That looks really beautiful. I think she's going to love it. All right, Miss Ella. What do you have over here?
I have a rainbow.
You have a rainbow? Are you going to do a rainbow all the way across? I love that idea. This is beautiful. Which one is your favorite color so far?
I have this one, that one.
This one? These two?
And these three.
These three? Yeah, that looks really good. Beautiful. I think she's going to love that. Okay, so then our next shadow that we're going to put in is around the nostrils. So you can see here, I'll bring this over, is there's like shadow going on around the nose and then a little on the edges like the cheeks around the mouth. So that's the area that we're going to put in next here. So I'm going to go around the nose and then kind of like the cheek area, I'll put in my darks. And then we're going to blend that out. And it's going to run into the top of your nose a little bit. That's okay. Just keep blending until there's not such a strong line. So right here I have a pretty strong line right here. I'm just going to dampen my brush and blend that out till it like pretty much disappears.
I'll be humming rainbow songs now. The Kermit the Frog rainbow song.
I don't think I know that one.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? Is Kermit the Frog before you? Do you know who Kermit is?
I know who Kermit the Frog is. Oh my gosh. But I wasn't an active watcher of Kermit the Frog, to be honest.
Active Kermit the Frog girl.
I wasn't.
So old.
Say it looks like you're making a bunny nose.
A bunny nose?
That's what they see.
Okay.
That's what they see.
You know what? Last time people just saw a frog right here.
Oh, that's true.
Like the eyes and a mouth. I think that was Natalie's hang up. She didn't like her giraffe because it looked like a frog. I'm like, girls, everybody's does. That's how we shaded it. It's funny. Okay. Now we're going to do our like neck, underneath the neck part. So right underneath the chin, we're going to do our kind of dark line. And then I rinse my brush, kind of pat it, and then I blend that out.
Rinse my brush, pat it, and blend
it out. And you can see already that just by adding that shadow in there, it makes it like on a different level, which is exactly what we're trying to achieve, because a face has different planes, right? Like the neck, the plane on my neck is at a different distance than the plane on my chin. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why we put shadow in, so we can tell that the chin is actually sticking out further than the neck. It makes it dimensional, it makes it form. And then we're gonna go.
What if my neck doesn't have a good shadow?
You don't have a strong chin?
Have a beard.
You grow a beard, you cover that. Okay, and then there are like these little pockets that I drew in. You can kind of see them on the outline right here. They're like, see this little curve here and on this side? We're gonna go in and shadow those. Okay. So just a little curve here. And that's just, we're doing that because the head is actually coming out from away from the horns. And so we're just, you know, same thing. The horns are kind of on a different plane.
Animals do look so goofy till they're done.
Animals look so weird till they're done. If you're looking at this right now, you're like, this is so weird looking. And it totally is, especially because we don't do the eyes till the very end, so they usually look kind of creepy. But they will come together at the end, especially when you put in like the determining factors of giraffes, which is like their spots, right? Like even when we do all this, when we put in their spots, that's really where we finish it up. So don't be discouraged if your giraffe is looking a little funny.
It looks really cool looking.
This is honestly my favorite part because I feel like this is when the form starts to emerge, and for me that's really exciting as an artist to see it start to take shape as I'm painting it. Because you can even tell from already, this already looks so much more dimensional than when we had our flat wash on it. So the next shading we're going to do is kind of like on the tips, like the inside of the eyes where it turns to eyes, and we're going to kind of like shade that till it gets towards the nose. Right here. And blend that out. That's a great tail. It's a luscious tail.
Are you drawing eyelashes?
On this part?
No.
No, we're kind of doing the eyelid shading.
It looks
Yeah.
like the most glamorous.
Oh, we're going to put in those glam eyelashes. Don't you worry about it. But they're going to be black. Yes, dear? That looks great. Okay, why don't we let that dry for a minute? You can have one more. Do you want another? And then when it dries, we can write a little note to her, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let's put that over here. You guys want to see Ellis? Little rainbow? I can hold it up. Here?
Wait.
Here? This is her little rainbow she did with the little heart.
Oh, I love it.
Very lovely. Can't see what else. I can't wait to see what else you paint,
They all
Elle.
love it.
We love it.
Everybody thinks you're a genius.
You're amazing.
They're giving you hearts.
Famous now.
Okay. And I'm going to add a couple more layers of shading around the nose. And don't think that because you have to go through and do more layers of shadow that you messed up. With watercolor, sometimes you have to wait for it to dry before you can go back in and add more. I usually always go back in around a couple of times and really define some areas. And I'm going to do the same thing around the nose.
And will people find it easier or more difficult to do them smaller?
I don't know. It's really personal.
It probably depends on the person.
It depends on the person. Some people like working small. Some people feel better about it because it's not as scary to paint something small than it is to paint something really big, right? But for me personally, I feel way more comfortable painting big. It's easier for me, but it really depends on the person painting. What do you like, Jenny? Do you like painting?
I actually really like the small.
Do you?
Yeah, the big thing is frightening to me because
Yeah.
the idea of having to fill all that space feels a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
Still, when I sit down, like I have some little like 5x8 sheets, and when we get done with this, I'll paint these, and then I'll go and I'll paint it little in my book, and I always feel like, oh, I filled everything up. You know, it's like you have to cover everything, and I'm not beyond where I don't feel like I have to cover everything, and so I like that.
Yeah.
I do. I like that this is like. This takes
And-
up my whole page.
And for me, I'm like, I just want it to be bigger. So it's just, you're going to find that you're going to have a preference as you paint, and there's no right or wrong answer. It's just whatever you prefer. Okay. So I feel good about it. You kind of just have to like check yourself and be like, okay, what area is bothering me? Okay, we're going to do one more shadowed part, and then we're going to move on to our black.
I feel like this one side of my nose is very straight. Should I make a rumple in it or something?
No, because if you look at mine has like,
Okay.
that one's pretty straight. But I mean, if you want a little,
I just didn't know. Is that enough dark? Do I need more dark over here maybe a little bit? Tiny on this
maybe just a little.
edge?
Mm-hmm. You just lifted that right up. Good job.
The eyes.
The eyes are cool.
They spread it.
They're blending a little bit, but that's okay. That's the beauty of watercolor, you know? Ainsley. Aislinn. Why do I want to keep calling you Ainsley? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Aislinn.
Yes.
Aislinn. How's
That's
it
not
going
the
over
worst
there?
thing, probably. That name probably gets a lot of.
What do you
different-
get miscalled the most?
Aslan.
Aslan.
Is
like
that what
the-
I'm calling you?
Like the lion.
No.
Ainsley.
Is that what I'm saying?
I like don't even know what
How
I'm
do I
saying.
sound?
What am I saying? What words are coming out of my mouth?
Do you hear the words?
Okay, your shadows are looking good. I would go a little bit darker on your neck.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're gonna put in a tiny, tiny bit of shadow, like right underneath the eyeball on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. And then at the top, on the top of the eyelashes. So like here and here, and then blend those. It's just a little bit, not a lot. Because this bone is kind of going away from us. And then if you like even feel your own eyeballs, they like sink in underneath where your bone is. You know what I'm saying?
Now wait, where are we putting it? On the bottom of
Just
the
on
eye?
yeah, on the very bottom in the corner.
And then up on the top?
And then right at the top, yeah.
So like,
With which color?
I've just been doing like a dark brown.
Okay.
Like this little puddle that's over there, just been doing that.
like this kind of? And then do we spread it at all?
Yeah, and then you blend it out. So like just take some water, blend that out.
I can blend that out.
There you go. Okay.
I might have just given my giraffe a stink eye. He's got kind of a little squinty eye going on.
You know
there.
what? Giraffes actually have like really droopy eyelashes sometimes
Oh,
too.
they're beautiful.
They
And
really
they're
are.
Long. They're
Yeah.
like these.
They're like these hooded thing. And then I'm going to put a little shading on either side of the neck.
All right.
And this one I introduced a little bit more of the golden brown, so it has that like really kind of brightish color.
Are we checkable or a little further?
Let's do some black first, I feel. Does that feel okay to you guys, or do you want me to check in?
I feel great.
I'm so afraid to say your name now.
There's no purple. You have to make it.
Just think Aslan with an A. Aslan. That's what I do.
Aislinn. Oh, okay, I'll remember Aislinn. Okay.
Where's the
Murder you?
purple at?
The purple. So we don't have purple, but what colors can you mix to make purple? Does anybody know? What is it, Jenny?
Red and blue.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have some red over here. We have some blue. And there's purple, or you can take this strong red and that blue. But it's going to be like a darker purple. Okay.
Unless you put more water in your brush and slosh it out. Then
Yes.
it will be light purple.
Great point.
Great. Good job. You really understand watercolor. Okay.
Mommy,
Yes, dear.
Dad.
Wow. You know what? This is great. I think you should do some decoration around the top. What do you think?
Do a heart in there.
That's great. Wait for it to dry before you do a heart, or else it's going to like bleed out, okay?
Okay, so what should I do? Oh, decorate.
Oh, that's lovely. You guys want to see Ashlynn's?
Oh, so cute.
She's going to love this.
Wait. I
Well,
need
what?
the horn.
I know it's just a purple horse.
It's just a pink horse. Okay, do the horn. What? I do like a bright pink or something. Okay, let's do our black. So I'm going to take just pure black, and I'm going to start with the top of the horns.
I feel terrified of pure black.
Don't be terrified of pure black. It's a great color. Or lack of color, I guess it would be.
I'm going to start at the horns.
So I have a little outline of kind of where they start, and they just go all the way to the top. And I'm still using my 2 brush on this. I've pretty much used a 2 for the whole thing, except for when I did my wash.
Okay, now I'm done decorating. Okay, now I'm done. Mom,
Yes,
I'm done decorating.
that looks really great, honey.
What should I do?
You're just gonna have to watch us paint. Okay.
Are you out of postcards?
We have a couple more. Should we just go for it? You want to do another one? Yeah? All
I
right.
need a new idea, Ella. What else can you do?
What else? What are you thinking of doing? I think you should try unicorn too.
Yep.
You gonna try that? Here's one for you, Ashlyn, if you're...
And do we want to have little fur things coming up off the top?
So I did little fur things off the top, which are basically just little swooshes that get a little bit lighter as you do it, so then it like thins out, which is the magic of the round brush, is you can do...
Is it getting close to shoot?
Yeah. Actually, I'll do it on this over here if you wanted to see how I do it.
Okay.
That looks great. I'm gonna wait to show everybody till the end. Let's have an element of surprise. Okay, so if I'm doing the horns here, I'm gonna color that in. And then when I get to the top, I kind of just like swoop and get these hairs. So it kind of looks like fur. Now you don't want to do this, so it's all even, right? Because then that doesn't look as realistic as hair. There's like longer and shorter strokes. And that's the great thing about a round brush, is you can do like a thick to thin line in the same stroke. See how it thicks to thin? So that's what we're gonna do with the top of these hairs. And I really just do like swoosh dashes here. And then
Swoosh dashes.
swoosh dashes, yeah.
Ooh, you have good swoosh dashes.
Oh, those looks great. Those look great.
You do.
Mommy,
Good
Yes,
swoosh
dear.
dashes.
can I get more water?
You can go change
Here,
your water
you
if you
have
want.
great water right here. That's not even that dirty.
I want to change water.
Okay, you can go to the sink right there and change it. Go for it, girl.
Do I even have to ask?
You don't have to ask. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is the ears. So I'm gonna do black area here and here on either side. So like just around that like eyeball bone. And then I'm going to blend it out the same way that we've been kind of blending our shadowing, our shadows. And if you're blending and it's just blending too much to where like this is probably too dark for how far out it is, you can just take your brush that's just damp and lift up the color. Just like that. And you might want to make yours a little bit more dark right when
I was
they...
just thinking how amazing they look.
they do look amazing.
And that's cool too because they're wet, so I put the dark on and it just goes.
Yeah, and it just like bleeds on its
Yeah.
own.
Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Very, very happy about this.
I'm so glad.
It's not like the leaf.
That Monstera.
I don't know why. Of all the things we painted, that was the thing that was hardest for me. I just couldn't. It couldn't look like a real leaf to me. But we all
Yeah,
have
you know
our-
what? That project was surprising. You know what? The waves was my hardest project,
Was
though.
it?
Oh, when I see people order the kit for the waves, I want to like give them a hug and just be like, I'm sorry. I don't think I taught that well, but that's okay. You know what? We're improving. We're getting better.
We are getting better all the time.
Okay, so I'm going to fill in the little nostrils right now. He has little black nostrils. That's okay.
I've lost my nostril. Here
That's
we go.
okay.
Let's see. Maybe here.
Yep, there you go.
Should this one be up a little higher, maybe?
Yep.
Can we see?
Yeah.
I try really hard to get them to match. And I know nobody's matches, but
No, you don't have to worry too much about like them being totally
here's
symmetrical.
Here's my little nostrils.
Here's her nostrils here. Aislinn.
Yes.
Yes, I told her I would get it right next time. Okay, putting in her nostrils now. She still has her little outlines that she's just filling in. Good job.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Let's see the girls. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's check in with the girls.
I'm just starting on a crystal.
You're going to paint a crystal? Cool. I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite colors, by the way.
That looks like, what'd you paint? A blue bar?
It's gonna be a blue crystal.
Oh.
Blue crystal coming up. Okay, Ella, what do you got going on here, girl?
Horsey.
Is it a horse or a unicorn? Let's turn it.
Unicorn.
Whoa. I love that it's multicolored there. Very cool. What's going on right here? Grass. Nice. Are you going to fill in the grass? Cool. They look good. Okay, now we're going to move on to the eyeballs of the giraffe. Now, this is where you want to be a little bit more careful. If you have a smaller brush, go ahead and use it because these eyeballs are so tiny. But I have this one if you want to use it. But what we're going to do is it's just all black. So I'm going to do my eyelashes first. And hopefully you can kind of still see on your outline what those look like.
Can everybody see this? I mean, is this close enough for everybody to see these?
Should we do a close-up of the eyes?
I would think that if I were home, I would want a close-up of the eyes.
Okay, I'm going to let him come. I'm going to let him scoot right in here. Videotape me doing these eyeballs. Okay. So we have our top lashes. And then if you look on the outline, there's like, or maybe I'll do it big on here so you guys can really see what I'm talking about. There's like an outline here, like this black line, and then we filled in the eyeball right here. That's okay.
So we need like swooshes for the eyelashes?
So you can just follow the outline, but yeah, it's that same idea of that kind of like swoosh thing. And then I'm going to do the very edge of my eyeball here. And then I'm going to fill in the rest. Like that. And then you do your bottom eyelashes, which kind of swoosh down. Just like that. Yeah, and we'll do the other side. So I'm going to do my top eyelashes. That looks great, honey. Then I do my eyeball. And then the bottom lashes. And then you can kind of decide from here as you're looking. Like, for me, I think this white area is a little bit too big for the giraffe. I'm going to like make it a little bit smaller. Just like that.
It's so good.
Yep.
I think my giraffe has been to one of those eyelash salons. He's got some extensions going on.
My left eyelashes got kind of long.
No, those are great. They look really good.
So this line inside is the pupil?
That's right.
So it connects with the...
It does. So when you do like the actual eyeball part, it's going to, because they're both black, the eyelashes and the eyeball, so it's going to like blend into it. That's totally fine. You don't need to stress about that. Yes.
I'm done.
That's great.
My horsey's asleep.
I think you should do a background sky for that horsey.
I already done the sun.
Oh, the green sun, it looks really great. Okay, you have to go sit down, my love. Okay. Now,
Is this good? This guy's a little more spider leggy than this guy. Should I draw a heavier line across here?
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Spider leggy.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all you need to do.
And
Let-
are you sure?
Okay,
Wait, let's see it. Let's see it.
let's do a close-up.
He kind of has a lazy eye over here.
Yeah,
He's got this one winker.
And this is where working small is hard, right? Because it's like the tiniest
Yeah.
little thing is going to throw off the expression on your eyes.
Yeah.
So don't stress if that's happening. If anything, it gives your giraffe personality. But you can just
Personality.
you can just I'm gonna do these bottom ones, and then maybe have the top ones kind of curve like that. So it's just a little bit heavier.
Okay.
Like that.
All right, that makes sense.
And then I would just leave that, maybe curve this out a little. Just like that. For me, I like, because it's not like, I just did like very thin white on the, like to the point where even it could be lost, but it's like barely thin white on the edge.
I make that pupil bigger? So
Yes.
Okay.
And then you're going to want to outline that outer line that's there. Does that make sense? Yep.
That's really cool.
Okay. And then we're going to put in our spots. So this, I'm taking a dark brown, like an antelope. The antelope, you can do straight antelope if you have a light giraffe, or you can mix the antelope with the black. And I'm just going to start filling in the spots. And you don't have to follow these direct exactly. You can make your own spots if you want. Now, if you put your spots down and you're like, those are just too dark. Like, I feel like I put this down and I'm like, that's really dark. I'm just gonna lift off the color with the damp brush. So I'm gonna lift that. That makes it lighter. You lift it up and you just dry it off on your paper towel. And then using that same brown, there's a couple spots kind of like on the cheek a little bit.
Billy is liking her little giraffe more than her big giraffe.
Oh, I'm so excited to see it, Billy. I think she posted hers today. I think her giraffe's name was like Henry or something. It was so fun. I loved that people were naming their giraffes. It was so great.
All right, let's see. I've got cheek spots, but I can't really see my cheeks.
Then make those cheek spots up, you know?
We're just making those cheeks.
We're just making them up. That's cool.
It's supposed to be a crystal.
I think it looks great.
It's a square crystal.
Yep.
Where's the giraffe emoji?
It hasn't quite gotten broken yet.
Still in the rock. Okay. There you go. And then we're gonna do a little shading on the lip here. So you see how I have this like weird curved line right here? That's a little shadow. So I'm gonna put that shadow in just like that. Yeah, that's fine. Just make sure you wipe it up, but splatters are cool.
Yeah.
And then if this is where you want to drop in some, like I put a little bit of just straight golden brown kind of on the mouth and then on the nose, like on the bridge of the nose a little bit. Just because for me, and then make sure you blend it out so it's not just strong lines. But I like pops of color. I don't know if you guys know this. I love color. I love little pops of color. And so sometimes when I'm kind of finishing up a piece, I'll just drop in some color.
Come.
Here, do you want me to show you a trick?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you put your finger. It's like this. Can I try?
You're going to show her how to do it? Do it on paper towel. See it?
Oh.
Here, let me actually give you a paper towel to put underneath your painting.
That's cool.
Here it is. If you guys remember, this was from our galaxy. We flicked stars. So go ahead and flick away, my friend. And then I also, just in the horns, I dropped in some bright color. And we're kind of to the point where we're just gonna start like blending things out. Kind of looking at if there's an area that we need to like fix or adjust. I'm gonna do a little bit stronger shadow on my eyes where it meets kind of my nose. And then when your mouth is dry, or when the shading is dry from where we just put in our mouth, you can go in and just do a little thin line just right there. And now it looks like he's smiling. Isn't that cute?
Got a little smirk.
Got a little smirk going on.
Hiding something.
With black?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm too wet.
If you're too wet, just wait for it to dry. You can kind of blot that out if you don't want it, or blend it out. Here, Ella, do you want another postcard?
I think I'm done painting.
Okay, I'm done painting.
That's fine, you did quite a few. And then I would do another spot maybe on the side of his neck right there. Kind of going off to the edge. And then I'm gonna put in the tiniest little eyelid on my giraffe. So if you see on the outline here, you see how there's like a curved line that kind of goes up like that? Mm-hmm. That's the eyelid. We have those too. That's what these creases are. So I'm just gonna do the tiniest little curved line that kind of comes up. And I'm not going all the way back. I'm just kind of doing it a little bit, and that's gonna give our giraffe little eyelids. Very cool. Look how cool your paper towel looks. It's all spotted. Art is fun. Okay. Okay, how are you guys doing over there? Is there an area that's bothering you?
I feel like this area right here is a little bit
Okay,
glowy.
Isaac, do you want to get it close in over here? So we're just going to add a little shadow on your nose.
Okay.
I think that's what's bothering you, is it's just really light. I'm going to be mindful of this black eye line because I don't want it to bleed. So I'm going to like put in that, and then you just blend it out. And then if it dries, you can do another layer, or if you can leave it like that. But just giving a little shadow on it. Oh, I love that pop of color that you have right there on your nose. That looks really nice.
Try to go in a little too soon with my mouth. So
if it starts to bleed, just wait a minute, and then you can let that. And then sometimes what I like to do on my spots, and this is just me, so if you don't feel like doing it, that's okay. But I'm just gonna like blend the edges out a little bit. Oh, I love that.
Confetti.
And that's just because I like it when there's like a softer edge to things. So I'm just gonna blend out my spots. These girls are having a great time over here. And I'm gonna do the same thing on my horns too. So just blend this black a little bit. Okay. I feel good about mine. You guys feel good?
About mine.
They look so good. You guys ready to hold them up?
yeah.
You girls have to hold them up too.
Oh.
Now, Ella, you have quite a few, so maybe just choose a couple. Okay. You guys ready? Look at these little guys. Okay, girls, let's see what you painted. Ashlyn, we got a great unicorn with some rainbow speckles. I love it. We got a crystal. Very cool.
Kind of a crystal.
Ella, we got a few going on here. Is this a crown here?
Yeah.
I love that.
Crystal crown.
Show the camera.
Crystal crown. So, yeah, point it there.
Awesome.
And then we got rainbows. Very nice.
Good work, you guys.
Good job, you guys. They look great. Okay, we're almost done. So, if you did this as part of your kit, it should be addressed already. This is ready to just pop in the post if you want. Try and leave a little note of encouragement or support, or just say, we're thinking about you, we're rooting for you, we're here for you. Just something so she knows that she has a support team. And we put a link up to her website if you want to learn more information, or if you need her mailing address, it's up there too. So we should be good on that. And then for next week, we are painting feathers.
Cool.
Me too?
Yeah, you can do this at home. Here? Okay. So we will definitely do another kids one. I'll let you know though, for sure. So when we do the feathers, we're kind of switching up our style. So before we did like a quick little time lapse of the painting, and we kind of announced that tomorrow, but inspired by our watercolor waves, and we want to make sure that you guys are successful in all of your paintings, what we started doing is we started doing a longer tutorial that goes over techniques, it goes over steps. We really break it down and make it easy for you. And that's going to release tomorrow. So we want you guys to paint that, work with it, and then our live painting is going to be where you can come with your questions. And you know, it's really just going to be us hanging out and having a good time. So we're going to release that tomorrow with our new tutorial, and let us know if that works for you, if you like that setup, how that looks, because we're really excited about it, and we think that it's just going to make it so much easier for you guys to understand the steps for this painting. So I think that's it.
Awesome.
All right. Good job, you guys. Bye.
Awesome.
See you later.